Samantha is 32, makes $120,000 a year as a UX designer, and lives in Austin, Texas. On paper, she's doing great, but at the end of every month, she's back to zero. No savings, no cushion, just a paycheck that disappears faster than it came. She's not alone. A recent Lending Club study found that 62% of Americans, including many high earners, are living paycheck to paycheck. And it's not just because things are expensive, it's because most people are taught to live right at their limit, just enough to get by. We grow up hearing advice like stick to a budget or spend less than you earn. But here's the truth, that's the bare minimum. Living below your means isn't just about money, it's about peace, freedom, and control over your time. And it doesn't have to mean giving up joy or living like a monk. In this video, we'll explore 5 simple but powerful ways to live well below your means without feeling like you're missing out. These aren't the same old tips. They're fresh, fun, and designed for real life in today's world. Because the new version of rich isn't more, it's needing less. Number 1. Design a spending identity, not a budget. Most people don't like budgets. They feel like a bunch of rules telling you what not to do. It's easy to feel guilty when you overspend or forget to track something. That's why many people give up on them. But what if, instead of following a strict plan, you built a money system around who you are? That's what Jamal and Bree, a young couple in Atlanta, decided to do. Instead of using spreadsheets, they created something they called a spending identity. They sat down and asked themselves, what kind of life do we actually care about living? They realized they didn't need expensive dinners or designer clothes, but they did care deeply about staying healthy, traveling twice a year, and saving for their dream to open a coffee shop. So they made choices that matched that identity. They still spend money, but now it feels intentional. For example, they'll happily spend $200 on hiking gear, but they haven't bought new clothes in months. They're not depriving themselves. They're just choosing what matters most. Psychologists say this works better than regular budgeting, because it's tied to your identity. In fact, a 2023 study found that people who built habits based on their personal values were 80% more likely to stick with them. That's a huge difference. Instead of thinking, I can't buy that, Jamal and Bree think, that's not who we are. And it makes all the difference. To create your own spending identity, start by choosing 3 words that describe your ideal lifestyle. Maybe you're active, creative, and minimalist, or family-focused, cozy, and practical. Then build your money habits around those words, not random categories in a budget app. When your spending matches your values, you don't need to force yourself to save. It happens naturally. And suddenly, living below your means doesn't feel like a punishment. It feels like freedom. Number 2. Move into a life-efficient zone. A few years ago, Ryan was living in a trendy apartment in downtown Los Angeles. It had a view, cool neighbors, and everything nearby. But he was spending over $2,300 a month on rent alone. Even though he had a good job in marketing and worked remotely, he constantly felt stressed about money. One day, after a visit to see family in Ohio, something clicked. Life there felt slower, but in a good way. He noticed that people had more space, shorter commutes, and still enjoyed nice restaurants and gyms. A few months later, he made the move to a small but lively city in the Midwest. His rent dropped to $950. His stress dropped even more. What Ryan discovered is what we call a life-efficient zone. It's not about finding the cheapest place to live. It's about finding a place where your money gets you more life. Living below your means doesn't always mean cutting things out. Sometimes it means changing where and how you live so that your cost of living works for you, not against you. In some cities, a $60,000 salary feels tight. In others, it feels like freedom. And it's not just about money. It's also about time. When your gym is 5 minutes away instead of 30, you save hours every week. When groceries, parks, and doctors are nearby, life feels smoother. That's real efficiency. Some US cities are even offering money to people who work remotely and are willing to move. Places like Tulsa, Oklahoma, or Rochester, New York have programs that pay remote workers thousands of dollars to relocate. But even if you're not moving across the country, you can still find your own version of a life-efficient zone. It might mean moving to a smaller town outside your current city or switching neighborhoods for better cost-to-life balance. When you stop chasing status zip codes and start looking for places that give you more value for your time and money, you naturally start living below your means, without feeling like you're giving anything up. In fact, you might gain more than you ever expected. Number 3. Practice spending fasts with community challenges. Have you ever tried to stop spending for a week? It's tough, but way easier when you're not doing it alone. A few months ago, a group of friends in Chicago decided to do something different. They challenged each other to a no new clothes fast for 60 days. No shopping, no online orders, no late-night impulse buys. Just wear what you already have. It started as a joke, but by the end, they had saved over $2,000 combined and had more fun than they expected. This is the power of a spending fast, especially when you do it with others. A spending fast means taking a short break from buying certain things, like clothes, takeout, or Ubers. The trick is doing it together. Just like fitness challenges, money challenges are easier and more fun with a group. You keep each other motivated, laugh at the hard parts, and cheer each other on. It's not about punishing yourself. It's about resetting your habits in a supportive, low-pressure way. Studies from the University of Cambridge found that people stick to financial habits much longer when they have group support. The brain sees it as a shared mission, not a lonely chore. That's why community matters. These challenges can be simple. 1 month without food delivery. 30 days without any online shopping. No subscriptions for a summer. When everyone joins in, it becomes less about what you're giving up and more about what you're gaining: clarity, confidence, and some extra cash. Some people even use free apps to track progress or set small rewards. But even without tech, the real reward is knowing you can take control of your money without feeling alone. In a world that's always pushing you to buy more, a spending fast with friends is like hitting pause and proving to yourself that you're already enough. Number 4. Use passive barriers to outwit your future self. We all have a future self who makes bad money decisions. That version of you clicks by now at midnight or orders takeout after a long day, even when you promise to save. Instead of trying to fight that version of yourself with willpower, try a smarter trick: make spending harder. That's what Devin, a software engineer from Seattle, did. He kept overspending on weekend shopping trips. So, he got a separate debit card just for non-essential purchases and left it at home. Now, if he wants to buy something fun, he has to go back and get the card. Most times, he doesn't bother. This simple trick helped him save over $200 a month. These tricks are called passive barriers, small roadblocks that give your brain time to pause. Some easy ideas. Delete your saved credit cards from websites like Amazon or Uber Eats. Use a prepaid card with a limit just for fun spending. Log out of shopping apps, or block them with free tools like Cold Turkey or Freedom. Move extra money into a separate savings account with no debit card attached. A 2023 study from MIT found that people who added small frictions to their spending habits were 45% more likely to hit their savings goals. You're not trying to stop spending forever. You're just slowing it down. Think of it like this. You're setting up speed bumps for your brain, not to block joy, but to give your smarter self time to catch up. And once it becomes a habit, you won't even miss the stuff you didn't buy. Number 5. Stack hidden wins with everyday money stacking. Sometimes the smartest way to save money is to hide it from yourself, in plain sight. Erica, a middle school teacher in Ohio, started a simple habit last year. Every time she got cash back from a purchase, a Venmo payment, or birthday money, she moved just $10 into a separate savings account called Dream Fund. She didn't think much of it, just a quick transfer here and there. After 8 months, she opened the account and saw over $3,000 saved. It felt like magic. This is what we call everyday money stacking. It's about creating small wins that stack up over time without needing big changes. You can do this by setting rules for your money that work quietly in the background. For example, when you use a roundup app like Acorns, it takes the spare change from your purchases and invests it. Or you can set your bank to move $5 every time you swipe your card. You won't even notice it's gone, but it adds up fast. Another way is to turn fun money into savings tools. If you get credit card points, convert them into gift cards instead of using them to shop. If you get a tax refund or bonus, set aside just 10% before touching the rest. These little stacks don't feel like much, but together, they build a quiet safety net and a sense of progress. You're not just spending smarter. You're saving without trying too hard. That's the power of hidden wins. Living below your means used to sound boring, like something only super frugal people did. But today, it's actually one of the smartest and most powerful things you can do. When your life costs less, you don't have to say yes to every paycheck just to survive. You can take a break, change jobs, start something new, You have choices, and that's real freedom. Now, if you want to learn how to achieve financial success, then watch this video next. If you made it to this point in the video, please like and subscribe to the channel to see more content like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.